But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. Cause the player's gonna play. And the haters gonna hate. Baby. I'm just gonna shake. Shake it out, shake it out. Heartbreak is gonna break. And the baby's gonna fake. Baby. I'm just gonna shake. Shake it out.
And that is what we're going to cover. So I am covering number 3 for New Seed Training. My name is Autumn, as most of you should know. So reach outs. We are going to talk about reach outs and a lot about reach outs, because bottom line is without reach outs, your business isn't going to go anywhere. You have to talk to people. You have to create relationships. And the more reach outs you do, it's a numbers game. The more business you're going to bring in. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is during this first week of training, I know you're getting a lot of information thrown at you and it may even be a little bit overwhelming, but what I really want you to hold on to is that this business is simple. It is truly simple. You know, there are really 4 key things that you have to do in this business. You need to post, whether that be to your Facebook page, Instagram, if you have a Facebook group page, whatever it might be. You need to host. So very important to do that first business launch, to do a second business launch, to just get together with people, whether it be just inviting friends over or, just talking about it at your children's sporting events or school function or whatever it might be. You also need to message, which is what we're going to cover, and then also 3-way calls. So those 4 things are really the essential bread and butter to your business. There is no secret sauce. There is no magic personality of a consultant and what makes her or him get to level 5 or RFX or anything along that line. All personalities are different. All backgrounds are different. But the key things that allow and make them become successful are those 4 things that I just mentioned and doing them consistently. So as Taylor Swift so wonderfully put it, you have to shake it off though, because even though this business is simple, the rejection and the emotional roller coaster that you're going to go through can be really complicated and it can really get you down on days. So you really just need to be able to shake it off. And I promise that does come more easy as the business goes on and you kind of get into the routine. Initially, you may take it very hard because you are going to get a lot of rejection, a lot. And you signed up for this. But you're going to get a lot of rejection and you are going to get a lot of crickets, sometimes from your best friends, from your family. And that can be really, really hard to handle, hard to take. But just know that we all go through it. You're going to see on Facebook the highlight reel of everybody's lives, but don't compare your chapter 2 to somebody else's chapter 20. All right. That is why it's so important, as Megan stated, to keep your why in the forefront. And that may be continuously evolving, but you're going to keep that why in the forefront and you're going to hold tight to that. And you have to have a secure why to get you through those emotional months, those emotional days, an emotional year, whatever it might be. But I promise that if you stick with this, if you do what we tell you, then you will succeed. You will be successful. And you just have to be consistent with it. So within this first week of training, it's very important that you create your top 100, basically. I want you to sit down and make a list of 100 contacts. All right. You're going to share that with your sponsor at the end of the week. You're also going to make a list of 8 to 10, or at least star them on your 100 list of 100, 8 to 10 people that you want to do business with, that you feel like you would work well with, that you feel like you have the same goals. typically, never prejudge. Typically, your busiest people are going to be your most successful. So don't think, oh, she may have too much on her plate, or oh, she loves her job and she'd never quit it, or oh, whatever the scenario might be, because you don't know. You don't know what's going on in her or his life. And never prejudge on that. All right. And they may not, come back and you reach out to them and you say, hey, have you ever thought about the business side? I'll be honest, they probably won't even respond to you, or they're going to respond no initially. Do not lose heart. All right. You're going to get that contact as far as a PC or a consultant or whatever it might be. Statistics show between your 5th to 12th reach out. All right. 5th to 12th. So, and think about it too. How long did it take you to respond to the consultant that reached out to you? Or, how much hesitation did you have? Did you even respond initially? Or were you a cricket? So just know that they are watching, all right? And that even though they may say no right now, or they may be a cricket right now, it is just not right now, all right? Because you never know when it actually may be the right time for them. So let's talk about it. So you know that you need to work on your list of 100 contacts. You know you need to star 8 to 10 of those as your dream team. Also work on what we call your dirt list, okay? That's going to be your family, your friends that would essentially buy dirt from you. So once you have that established, I do want you to share that with your sponsor. You're going to start doing the reach outs, all right? And there is reach out verbiage that I'm going to go over at the end of this so that you guys know where those are located in the files section. You can create your own, or what I would recommend is using that reach out verbiage. And, excuse me. Sorry about that. Using that reach out verbiage and really personalizing it, making it genuine with an opening statement, asking how they are, asking about their family, whatever it might be. And then, using what's already in that reach out verbiage for your first, for your second, whatever it might be for your reach outs. You're going to be able to use the verbiage that's in there. You can use 3-way call verbiage that's in there as well. You can use the virtual events as a reach out. You can, it doesn't even have to be about RF if you're reaching out to them. Maybe you ran across something that you thought would interest them. Really just building that relationship and being genuine in that. You can use events within your local area as a reach out, new product launches. You can do the Redefine blog that comes out with that basically highlights different consultants and what backgrounds they come from and just their story. The Redefine Your Future. You can use those for reaching out. There's so many different things, and all of that's in that reach out verbiage. So I definitely recommend looking through that and using that. And I'm big on, and please, touch base with your sponsor and what they prefer. I'm big on the turn and burn. If you have 500 plus Facebook friends, you're probably not extremely close with all 500 of them. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with copying and pasting those initial contacts and reaching out to them with a copy paste. You can turn through 15, 20 contacts in about 10 minutes if you do that. So I definitely recommend using that. There's definitely going to be some that you do need to personalize that message. And then also another, I forgot to mention one other thing that you can use for a reason to reach out is if you have somebody that you really feel is a potential customer, potential consultant, then, and maybe they've been crickets thus far, I very much encourage sending them a message probably about your 3rd, 4th plus time and asking them if they'd be willing to try a mini facial. Because it's amazing that somebody that has not, that they read the message, but they haven't returned any response. It's amazing that when you offer them a free mini facial, that they'll take you right up on it. So just a little food for thought on that. What I also wanted to talk about is I'm going to pull up our new C training documents. I'm going to look at my other screen over here. But our tracking system. There is an Excel spreadsheet within our files section that really allows you to map out how many times you have contacted an individual. And I definitely, if you don't have a tracking system in place, I definitely recommend doing that from the get-go, whether you're an Excel person or whether you'd like to just keep it in a notebook. Whatever you choose to do is fine, and whatever fits your personality and just your organizational habits and what you prefer, but definitely find a tracking system or things are going to fall through the cracks. People are going to fall through the cracks, to be honest. So the next thing that I wanted to chat about is just really your goal on what to set. You know, right now you're probably like, where do I start? I don't know what to do. Use that reach out verbiage and really strive for 5 to 8 reach outs per day. The more, the better. It's a numbers game. So if you can knock out 20 a day, awesome. That's great. That's going to get you return that much more quickly. And really you can think of it as the work that you put in 1 month is really going to pay off about 2 months later. And again, that's with consistency. So make sure that when you are sending those out that you're tracking them, all right, so that you know when you did message them and you're not relying just on Messenger to track that, okay? And then really shoot for 5 to 8, at least Monday through Friday. So if you can do 5 to 8, I even recommend setting a 15-minute timer. 15 minutes a day, ladies. That's all that it really takes initially to get those reach outs done, to get your 5 to 8 in there. If you do 5 to 8 a day for 30 days, you know, that should be forming a pretty good habit. Whether you do it in the morning before, if you've got a family, before the kids get up, if you do it at nap time, if you do it over lunch, if you just do it sporadically throughout the day, or, you know, right before bedtime, it's completely up to you as to when you choose to do that. But if you can do 5 to 8 reach outs, I promise you, it is going to make a world of difference, because consistency is truly the name of the game here. So again, there's no secret sauce, no magic potion. It's consistency. And let's be honest, that's not really hard work to get paid part-time, you know, initially part-time money, whatever it might be, in next to nothing part-time hours. So, but you do have to be consistent with that and build that. You know, if your goals are big initially, then you're going to have to adjust the amount of time that you put in to match that and what you want the outcome to be. So, and then also using 3-way calls. Please make sure that you strive to bring at least 2 3-way calls to your sponsor this week. You know, this can be your family, whatever it might be, your friends. You know, share this gift with them. Let them know how excited you are about starting your RF business and that you really would just like to share this with them, but that, you know, you'd like to bring on your friend who would be your sponsor or any of your upline, because she's been in business a little longer and just would be better able to field any of the questions that your individual has. So, you know, you can make it very casual so that there's no pressure. I would not use the word or term 3-way call. I would just say, hey, I'd love to get you on a phone call with my girlfriend who's been in this business for a long time, and she has a lot of amazing things to say about it, and you can really just hear from her and her perspective on this and get all of your questions answered. What this is going to do is it's going to give them the validation that this business is amazing, and there's others of us that are doing it and doing it successful and having fun with it. Second, it's going to allow you as a new consultant to hear the verbiage, hear how a 3-way call goes, so that you're going to be able to do that after we get you off to this fast start and you gain partners of your own. So that's really what we're trying to do here, is give you guys some autonomy after that 30 or 60 days so that you can run with your business, so you can build your team if you choose to, and just so that you're comfortable talking about the products and the business as well. So what I'm going to do is I am going to actually share my screen here, possibly. Hold on just a second. There we go. So this is our new seed training, okay? And we've got it all here. We are covering number 3, which is reach outs, top 8 dream team, list of 100, tracking system, 5 to 8 reach outs Monday through Friday, setting a 15-minute timer. Consistency is key, no judging, and using three-way calls. This is a great little video that Kara Moore did on three-way calls. Please take time and listen to that this week as well, just so you can become a little bit familiar with how that works. If we go up to the top and you click on the Files section here, here is your reach out verbiage, all right? We can always add to that as well, but this is really just an excellent document that's going to take you through just initial reach outs. There's 4 examples there. There's another one with after you've been in business sometime and maybe you get a new friend on Facebook and you'd like to reach out to them. That initial time that you can use a second reach out. You can keep it short and sweet. You can also use, like I said, the local virtual events, redefine your future blog, videos, articles, new product launches. All of those can be used for reach outs. There's also, looks like 4 more examples, and then it gets into the mini facial, some three-way call verbiage as well. So this is excellent to reference, to just even keep on your desktop so you can do a copy paste on that. And then here is your 100 No's worksheet. I definitely recommend working through this, especially that first month. This doesn't have to be necessarily just no's. It can be crickets as well. The more no's you get, the more yeses you're going to get. It is law of averages. So definitely look through that. This is your Reach Outs Excel training sheet. I really want to pull this up so you guys can have a visual on this also. Has the name, city, state, occupation if you choose to put that in. That's great if you are going to use the Redefine Your Future blogs. If you have a teacher that comes in or a nurse, whatever it might be, just so you know what they do. And then this shows you the percentages. Ladies, these are statistics, okay? This is not something we made up. First contact, 2%. Second, 3%. Third, 5th. Fourth, 10%. I'm sorry, 5%. Fourth, 10%. Fifth contact, 80%. And it stays with that through the 12th contact. So until you get, and actually track this information, you're really not going to be able to tell, how many times you've reached out to people. Trust me on that, because I had thought, oh gosh, I'm bugging them, so on and so forth. And then I looked back and I was like, oh gosh, I've only reached out to them about 3 times. And it is very true that your customers, whether PCs or consultants that you're locking arms with, are going to come between that 5th and 12th contact. All right. They may be watching you after the 1st or 2nd, but they may not even respond until after the 5th. So stick with it. Again, consistency is key on that. Wanted to see if there was anything else I wanted to discuss with you guys through this one. I don't believe so. Your common objections are in here as well. This is an excellent document to reference for when it comes to those reach outs. If you get any objections as far as too expensive or use up my other stuff first, can I just buy one thing, so on and so forth. I don't want to be a PC, I just want to buy retail. So please look over that as well so you know how to field those objections. And then that is actually all that we're going to discuss there. So we'll go back to the discussion page on that. And I'm going to stop the share. So that is reach outs. Ladies, the reach outs, the fortune is truly in the follow-up. So if you're not working your business consistently, if you're not putting in those consistent hours where you touch your business on a daily basis, and if you're not tracking that so that you're staying organized and you know exactly what's going on, then, I mean, your fruit is going to be minimal as far as what you gain from this. So that's just how it works. This is a simple business, but it is emotional, and consistency is key. But if you can put that in, if you've got the grit to put that in, day out, 15 minutes, that's really all it takes to get those reach outs in. And then work the other, if you want to put more in, if you want to move a little faster, that's awesome. That's encouraging. And we are there to help you every step of the way. We want you off to a fast start. So keep it simple. Don't overthink anything. Be genuine and be consistent. So good luck with everything. I'm sure you guys will see my face around a little more as the other girls too. So best of luck, and reach out to me if you have any questions at all. Thanks.